Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about one of the most important things you can do to keep your vehicle running for a long time. Um, Regular maintenance is the most important part of keeping your vehicle running smoothly. And of regular maintenance, changing your oil regularly is probably the easiest and most important process. Engine oil needs to be changed every 4 to 6,000 miles in order to keep the internals of your engine in good working order. So today I'm going to explain to you how to change the oil in your car. I'll first tell you what type of tools you will need for the job, then I'll tell you what parts and equipment that you need to purchase. Lastly, I will explain the process of changing your oil, pretty much step by step. Different people use different tools for whatever maintenance they're doing in their cars, but I'm going to let you know what the bare minimum is for changing your oil. The first and most important tool you're going to need is a car jack, which is one of these. There's not much point in trying to change your oil if you can't get under the vehicle, obviously. And once you have a good jack, you need to make sure you have an adjustable wrench, which is one of these, for taking the oil pan plug out. And, some rags, obviously, you need to clean up. This doesn't sound like a lot of tools because it's not. Oil changes are very, very easy. Now that I've talked to you about what type of tools you're going to need, let's talk about what equipment and parts you'll need to buy. The first thing you're going to need to buy, obviously, is oil. My vehicle, as you can see, takes 10W40 type oil. If you look in your owner's manual of your vehicle, it'll tell you what type of oil to buy. And keep in mind, if you have a high mileage vehicle, like over 100,000 miles, you should probably get high mileage oil. It has better lubrication. Once you get one of those, or once you get enough oil for your vehicle, most vehicles hold about 4 to 6 quarts, but again, check your owner's manual. You'll need to get an oil filter, which is one of these. Every time you change your oil, you have to change the oil filter, because the oil filter takes all the contaminants out of your oil. So if you don't change that, then it's just going to get stopped up, and you're going to have a bunch of contaminants going around in your engine. And again, the owner's manual will tell you what type of filter to get. Next, you need to get a container that will catch the oil that is drained. You can buy a container especially for oil at an auto parts store, but in anything around the house will work, a bucket or whatever. Just keep in mind, even though oil isn't hazardous, you still need to dispose of it properly. And most mechanic shops will dispose of it for you. So now you know what type of equipment and parts to buy. Let's talk about how to change your oil. First of all, safety is very important. So make sure your vehicle hasn't been running for at least 4 hours before you change the oil. Because the oil in your vehicle can get up to about 200 degrees, and that'll leave a pretty nasty burn. So once you make sure your engine's cool, first thing you need to do is use your adjustable wrench that I showed you earlier, and locate the oil drain plug, or the oil pan drain plug. It's on the bottom of your vehicle. You can't miss it. Just find your oil pan and you'll see it. You just take that out. Once you take that out, you drain your oil into the container. Just make sure your engine is completely empty of oil. And once all the oil is drained out, take your oil filter out. They're usually hand tightened, but if you can't get it out, you can use an oil filter wrench, which is what they're called, or you can do it the redneck way and take a screwdriver and a hammer and just hit the screwdriver into the side of the oil filter and turn it, and it'll come right out. It's not going to hurt anything on your vehicle if you do it like that. So once you get that, just discard of it, throw it away or whatever, and go ahead and install the new oil filter. Now, you don't need to tighten the filter on with wrenches or anything. It's just hand tight. And after you do that, add your new oil. Just make sure after you get as much in it that your owner's manual calls for, make sure you check the dipstick, make sure there's enough in there. And also, don't forget to put the oil cap back on the vehicle. A lot of people do that. It's not a good thing. So, in a nutshell, that's how you change the oil in your vehicle. So, today I've explained to you how to change the oil in your car. First, I told you what type of tools you'll need for the job, then I told you what parts and equipment that you're going to need to purchase. Lastly, I explained the process of changing the oil. I hope you found this briefing to be helpful. My vehicle has 187,000 miles on it and still runs perfect, mostly because I've kept up on all the regular maintenance, including changing the oil. Thanks, and have a good day.